by men. That soy itself is very wholesome. It has all the nutrients, maybe a lot of the nutrients that we as scientists, we haven't even discovered. So within the soy itself, it has very high protein content. The soy has twice as much protein compared to beef, and it has 6 times more protein compared to egg. So I can call it a high protein drink. Amino acids, they are the building blocks of protein. All enzymes are proteins. As long as it is a plant, they all contain antioxidants inside. So next time, if your child doesn't want to eat spinach, all you have to tell him is, this is an antioxidant spinach. I'm sure it will even taste better that way. So wholesome, something that is natural, is always the very best for our body. But it doesn't mean everything natural is healthy. So in herbs, we divide them into 2 categories. One category we call it medicinal herbs, and the other category we call it food herbs. Medicinal herbs, they are no different than medicine, drugs. Because take for example, cocaine is natural, but is it healthy? No. You take a look into ephedra, we can isolate ephedrine out of it. It works just the same as aspirin. Take white willow bark, and you can isolate salicylic acid. Well, ephedra, you isolate ephedrine, and it causes a bleeding stroke. Okay, so medicinal herbs, they also cause side effects. Not everything natural means that it is healthy. We are so superstitious about chemicals. Today, if we go out on the street and we ask most people, we say, well, why do we die from cancer? Most people is going to tell us, well, it is because those dumb scientists, they haven't invented a drug against cancer. If I ask them, why haven't we cured AIDS? He said, well, it is because we haven't developed a drug against AIDS. Why do we die from SARS? It's because we don't have a drug against it. So what are we saying to ourselves? We're saying that whenever we're sick, our number one choice is drugs. 1928, that was the year when we first developed the first antibiotic called penicillin. That was 1928. In the 1960s, we developed DDT, invented the DDT, the pesticide. And at that time, the American FDA came on TV, national TV, tells the public that DDT is a chemical friend of ours. Okay, and he says it has no side effect. And that was only in the 1960s. During that time, we're spraying DDT in the kindergartens, we're spraying in the hair in the swimming pool, in the dinery, and we're spraying it everywhere. Only years later, we find out that it is going to cause central nervous system toxicity, cancer, and death. Okay, but that was only in the 1960s. This year is in the year 2004. So, that is about how long our history of modern medicine. What is the history of human beings? We are thousands and thousands years old. So when our ancestors get sick, do they ask themselves, do we have drugs? No. Do we have surgical procedure? No. So we have to die? No. Why? Because we all have an immune system. And our immune system is nourished by the food that we are eating on a daily basis. So, what are the food that we eat on a daily basis that will affect our immune system? The very first category of food is you must consume a lot of plant food containing phytochemicals. What are phytochemicals? Phytochemicals are not vitamins. Phytochemicals, they are naturally existing inside plant. They protect the plant from UV radiation. They protect the plant from sun damage. So, the more phytochemicals you have, the better it is for your immune system. There is one common thing about phytochemicals. Every single phytochemical, they will be able to inhibit the progression or inhibit one of the mechanisms of action of a cell turning into a cancer cell. In other words, phytochemicals can prevent us from getting cancer. And sometimes phytochemicals can actually cure us and kill the cancer cells. So phytochemicals, they are everywhere. They are inside the vegetables that we're eating. They are inside the fruits that we're eating. So if you ask me, are they miracle cures? Yes. Where are they? They are in the groceries. They are in the vegetables, in the fruits in your grocery store, in your supermarket store. Those are your miracle cures. If you give me a choice between an orange and a tomato, I would choose the tomato. Why? The tomato has a lot more phytochemicals compared to the orange. So it is a lot better for my immune system. You give me a tomato compared to a cactus, I would choose the cactus, because the cactus contains even more than the tomato. So the more phytochemicals you've got, the better it is for your immune system. Cactus, it is different from aloe vera. They are not even related to each other. Cactus is related to rose. And aloe vera, it takes about 8 months to grow. But a cactus, it takes years and years to grow a cactus. So in the Chinese herbal medical, it says cactus helps to neutralize toxin. And it also gives you an anti-inflammatory reaction. Whenever you get a poison snake bite, you can use the cactus. In the modern science, we're finding cactus enhances the activity of the macrophage. That is the garbage man of the body. It also enhances the activity of the natural killer cells. In Mexico, they are finding that cactus lowers your sugar levels, your glucose levels. So they are using it to treat some of the diabetes patients. There are several uses of cactus. But whenever there is more phytochemicals, of course, it is a lot better for your immune system. In the science of nutritional immunology, not only will we study into the type of plants that contains more phytochemicals, but we will also study into the different species of it. Take, for example, ginger. There are 89 species of ginger, and every single species gives you a different amount of phytochemicals. We would also study into the time of harvest, because there are different times to harvest different plants. Take, for example, broccoli, the ones that you are buying from the supermarket. The younger the broccoli, the better it is for your immune system. The older the broccoli, the less effect it has. Ginseng, on the other hand, the older it is, the better it is for your immune system. Mushrooms, all type of mushrooms, from Ganoderma mushroom to black shiitake mushroom, the younger it is, the better it is for your immune system. Nutritional immunology, we do not try to change nature. We're merely here to prove how great nature is. Even though we may study into the genes, but I want to tell you, your best miracle cure is still in the wholesome food, in your vegetables and in your fruits. Take, for example, if you are eating smoked meat, bacon in the morning time, ham in the morning time, inside your stomach, if you can take a look into it, it's going to turn into a chemical called nitrosamine. It is a cancer-causing agent. So at this time, if you're eating also broccoli into your body, you're going to find the phytochemicals can actually break apart, neutralize this chemical called nitrosamine. Therefore, you decrease down your chances of getting cancer. The food that you're eating, the food that you're putting on your dinner table, has a much greater effect than you know. It's not the chemical drugs, it's the food that you're eating. Without the food that you're eating, without the immune system, like I say, you will not live for more than 24, 48 hours. A single dust in the air will kill you. So, your immune system is supported by the different food that you're eating. I have even studied into a banana. Nowadays, we always buy our banana when it is green, because we have to ship it from Mexico or from somewhere else. So it's green when we cut it, right? We're finding that if you leave the banana to become ripe on the tree itself, not in your home, okay, on the tree, then the banana has a lot of